Oh, hey, it's good to see you. Let's have a quick chat. So you want to know about inclusive language? Yeah, we can talk about that. So inclusive language is basically what it sounds like. Instead of using words that are super specific to one person or one group of people, we use words that include, well, everybody. And like literally everybody. You, your friends, your mom, your cat, your neighbors, somebody who lives over in Oklahoma, somebody who lives over in India, everybody. So for example, instead of saying something like mother and father or brothers and sisters, we might say parents or family or even friends. And instead of saying something like, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, if you're gay or straight, you could just say something like, regardless of your sexual orientation or race, which actually kind of works better because there's definitely more than one race and sexual orientation. Like, I don't even know why we say that. Is that it? I feel like that's it. Is it really that simple? Oh, wait. No. I almost forgot. We're human. We are all people. We all like what we like. We get used to using certain things. We're creatures of habit. So that means that sometimes we're not gonna want to be inclusive because, well, we're not used to it. Or because, maybe the words feel weird or funny. But that's not really the point, right? If you're somebody who believes in God, well, you're called to include all of God's people. It comes up in scripture over and over and over again that we're all created in the image of God. We're supposed to welcome the stranger. We're supposed to celebrate people who are different than us. That actually comes up a lot. And so it would make sense that if we're going to follow God, then part of following God would be including all of God's creatures. And this is a pretty basic way to do that. But it's not the only way. Let's talk about expansive language. Have you heard of expansive language? No? Yeah, I kind of figured. Anyway, expansive language says that there's a lot of words that we can be using, and using more of them helps us get closer to what we're really talking about. It's a little hard to explain, so let me give you an example. Let's take brothers and sisters earlier. Inclusive language means that we want to draw a big circle to include everybody. And so we might use a word like friends or family. That gets everybody, but it doesn't get anything specific. And it can be great to highlight the specifics. It's a way of lifting folks up and making sure that they feel seen and heard instead of just sort of washed over. And so we might say something like brothers and sisters and siblings, or boys and girls and non-binary folk and anybody outside or in between. And that works really well, especially if you're talking about something like God. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people out there who love to use the word father for God or use male language for God. And I mean, that's fine, to each their own, but it's totally accurate, right? The Bible doesn't even just use father for God. It talks about God as a mother. It talks about God as somebody who does all these different things. It puts God in all these metaphors. I mean, there's even a word for God in Hebrew that is in a dual tense, which means God's pronouns in that case would actually be they, them, their. So yeah, you can say father, but you could also say mother and parent, creator, redeemer, sustainer, friend. You can use adjectives to describe God. Loving God, merciful God, God of strength, God of compassion, God of vulnerability. And then we can do something like God of specific situations, God of our weary years, God of our silent tears. We know lift every voice and sing, right? Right? Anyway, inclusive, expansive. They're both good. Maybe even good in different circumstances. I mean, if I want to welcome everybody in the church, I might not know all the different orientations, so I might just say friends. That's inclusive. But maybe in a worship service, I could say, God our Father, our Mother, Parent of us all, the one who loves us, who inspires us, who creates us. And I'm really painting a picture of who God is. That's expansive. Does that make sense? Cool. I'm glad we had this chat. I'll see you later. Bye.